We all have those fears. The fear of being alone or ending up alone. Yeah, it's kind of universal. We think about it in all the what ifs. But the truth is that fear of being alone, it's holding you back. It may be actually ruining your life, your health, your sanity. Think about it. That empty house, empty bank account, all the things that can happen when you're completely on your own and independent. Yeah, there's some very real negatives. But the fears of all that, that's not the real problem that you're going to have. The betrayal of yourself, that's the real problem. The basic destruction of who you are and who you want to be, and you exiting out of here someday, never really knowing yourself, achieving that all that you could be and becoming you, that's freaking terrifying to me. Let's face it. Loneliness, the fear of being alone, it's what drives a lot of relationships, and it's the glue, the dysfunctional, cancerous glue holding a lot of relationships together. I've seen it in my own life. I personally have made some horrible relationship choices over the years and stayed in ones that were long past their expiration date. You know, some relationships with some people struggling with some real bad addictions, putting up with my stuff being stolen. Never mind the emotional, possible, I hope no one's experienced this, but the truth is they have physical abuse, and this stuff can happen to men and women. I've seen it with family members, loved ones, friends, and even myself. This cancerous, dysfunctional glue called fear, that's not the stuff that you want holding your relationships together. No way. That wrong partner, yeah, that can become a lifetime of misery. I've been there, guys, and the toll it takes on your health, it's very real. Not to mention the loneliness, it drives widowers and widows into horrible relationships where they're taken advantage of financially and otherwise just because they're lonely and afraid of being alone. Maybe they've never lived alone. And this fear, it drives some really, really bad things, and it fuels predators. I think we've all seen it, if not in ourselves, with loved ones and family members, people we care about. It's absolutely horrible. When you're afraid to be alone, and it's kind of known, you can be exploited to the max. When you're not too afraid to walk away from something in any kind of relationship, deal, whatever, whether it be with friendships, lovers, marriages, whatever, when you're too afraid and not able to be alone, you're screwed. And not in a good way, people. Think about this basic principle. Think about it when you've been at the car dealership. We all know what kind of hell that is and how you can be taken advantage of. If you're too afraid to walk away from the deal, you're getting screwed, and not in a good way. And that's the same when you're too afraid to be on your own. You're just going to stay stuck in some serious hell. And I don't wish that on anybody. That kind of dependency, it breeds complete helplessness and a loss of whatever confidence you had. Okay? I know as human beings, every one of you out there is way more capable and stronger than you give yourself credit for, and maybe than you even know. You're way more capable. If you've been living for years with this fear and sticking with something because you're afraid to be alone, out on your own, you don't think you can make it, you've made yourself some kind of victim. and you've lost your confidence, no doubt. That fear of ending up alone and causes you to stick with something that's horrible and just make one bad decision and choice after another, it's going to lead to that life of misery, steal all of your confidence. You're going to start believing you can't, you're not capable. How could I ever? That's heartbreaking to me. And I've seen it happen to people that I love. And I've seen people pass without ever getting out of that misery. When you're sticking around bad friends, bad lovers, whatever, it's robbing you of meeting your real people. The ones that really do care about you, love you, the right people for you. You're missing out because you're too busy putting in all your time trying to please and get along with whatever friends, family, lovers. They don't really give a crap about you. They're wrong for you. But because you're afraid and don't want to deal with that interim period when you're on your own and I can't make it, your confidence has been stolen, no doubt. If you're in one of these situations or you're surrounded by people that are no good, free yourself. Give yourself the time and the energy to make the real connections, the ones that are really going to serve you. You have to. It's the only way to cut yourself loose of some of this stuff and have the time and energy to regroup and find your real people, the real love, the real joy in life. Get away from the bad stuff. It's never too late. When you don't spend time alone because you're afraid, alone with yourself, even if you're in relationships, you rob yourself of the very best relationship. You don't get to know one of the best people in your life, yourself. You're robbed of that. Because again, all your time, energy, effort, emotional resources, and physical ones, your time, all of it, is going toward everybody else. You never realize your full potential. You never really fully get to know all the great things about yourself that you could be. You don't get to evolve and become that person you were meant to be. I've seen it happen, and I don't want it to happen to you. It's really important that you spend the time with yourself. You're the one constant throughout your entire life. Yeah, it's simple and obvious, but did you ever stop to really think about it? From the day you were born until the day you pass, until you take your very last breath, you're there with yourself. Nurture that relationship. Don't get into that trap with your friends, lovers, even your family. That comfortable mediocrity, right? You just kind of get along, you agree, you let all the crap go all the time, and you're never really happy. You kind of feel less than and drained when you're around this stuff all the time. It leads to just a lifetime of mediocrity, if not flat out misery. Make the changes. Being single, alone, not bad at all. Can be pretty darn awesome and way better than being in any kind of hell relationship. Yeah, that I know from firsthand experience and witnessing it with many. Who doesn't? Share your stories. Share your experiences. You may help somebody out there. So don't forget, there's a really huge difference between being alone, spending time with yourself, maybe living as a single person, and being lonely. One is a condition, all right? Single. I'm sitting here, single. My dog Nugget's over there, but yeah, I'm in my house, alone. Am I lonely? Absolutely not. Rarely do I feel lonely. And usually when I feel the loneliest, it's in the company of people whose company I don't want to be in. Much peace, love, contentment to every single one of you, and strength, without a doubt. every single person out there, no matter whether you're married, living on your own, you're 20 years old, you're 90 years old. You're a human being, and you are much more stronger and capable than you realize. I hope you're never pushed to that ultimate limit to find out, but if you are, you got it. Thanks for being here. I love y'all. Take good care. Let us know your stories down in the comments. I love this community that's growing. Take care.